It's a rematch of the Ice and Fire Cup as Northern Colorado returned from a lengthy road trip to host Central Valley. The Hailstorm right into tonight, 5 games unbeaten and yet to lose a contest at home, while Fuego have taken out all the stops in hopes for revenge. Philip Galati with you every step of the way from the Future Legends Complex in Windsor, Colorado. But before we get the ball rolling, let's take a quick look at the current standings in USL League One. As I mentioned, North Colorado on a little bit of a hot streak, and that's put them up into 6th place. And you mentioned, well, why aren't they a little higher? They've only played 10 games as compared to North Carolina or Forward Madison, who have 13, some teams high as 14. Meanwhile, Central Valley have 10 points just from 12 contests, but don't let that fool you. Still a couple tricks in store for the visitors tonight. For Northern Colorado, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the current Golden Boot leader in USL League One, Trevor Ammon, wearing the number 9 shirt, the USL League One Player of the Month for May, has scored 5 in his last 5. Absolutely incredible in terms of striking statistics. You don't see that every day, and that's because his head coach, Eamon Zayed, says, well, he's just at the right place at the right time. A nose for goal is what sets him apart. He'll do well to score a couple tonight. Meanwhile, on the other side of midfield for Central Valley and head coach Martin Vasquez, it's the number 8, Victor Falk, someone who is described as an Iron Man, going to outrun anybody on the pitch tonight from either team. Tied for first on the team with shots, creating plenty of chances, but has also worked a lot this season on improving on the defensive side of the ball, as any good two-way midfielder should. Big provider for the team last year with 6 goals, 3 assists. Yet to reach those numbers so far, but that could very well change tonight. All right, that's enough talking for now. We'll show you the rest of the starting 11s when we come back, and of course, get the ball rolling here in Windsor, Colorado. Don't go anywhere. USL League One on ESPN Plus returning in just a little bit.
Welcome. I'm Jason Olskart. I'm here with Jackie and Michelle, and we are the Olskart team, powered by C3 Real Estate Solutions.
We are proud to partner with Future Legends to help fulfill the lifestyle needs, wants, and desires of each family who wants to call Colorado home.
C3 stands for character, culture, and commitment. That is core to who we are and the exceptional value that every client will experience when working with us.
If you value working with an experienced team, we invite you to reach out to schedule a time to meet with us.
Shields All Sports Store is your one stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one stop for exercise gear to get working out or fashions for going out. And your one stop for footwear in your size, your style, yours to take home today. Shields, employee owned, community minded, and like no place you've ever shopped before.
It's a new day, Northern Colorado, and we're set to seize it. More than that, we're out to dent the old standard and set the gold standard. Today is about resilience. That's something our squad has shown and continues to show. Today is about growth. That's a trait this team and this town have seen and continue to see. All this time, the focus has been on our community's legendary future. But today, it dawned on us. The future is now. Are we building something special? Hell yeah, we are.
Welcome back to the Future Legends Complex in Windsor, Colorado. Philip Galati with you, and we are just about ready to start. But before we do, there are some things to take care of course. Both sets of players just about ready to take the field, but these two teams have actually met before a little bit earlier on in the season, all the way back on May 27th. And how did that one end up? Well, that was the first bout of the Ice and Fire Cup. Northern Colorado came out on top by a 4-1 scoreline. Absolutely dominant. Trevor Ammon was everywhere in this one, but the scoring actually started with Jackson Dietrich, then Billy King going down. Doesn't matter. Ammon couldn't put it away. This team has so many different options, and a couple of them scored to help make it 4-1. Meanwhile, Central Valley came out in the second half swinging, were able to get one back, won that second half 1-0, and have played pretty well since then, just been on the wrong side of a couple really tough results. Before we look at their lineup, let's look at the host, Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC, coached by Ayman Zayed, lining up tonight in a 4-4-2. A couple new faces to be looked at. One of them, number 66, Noah Powder, the 24-year-old product of the New York Red Bulls Academy, starting in his first contest tonight. Only has 2 appearances before tonight, both off the bench in the last 2 contests. Meanwhile, the other side of the coin, Central Valley Fuego FC, coached by Martin Vasquez. A brand new lineup for them, a 5-4-1, a couple different players to talk about, and while you might not be able to visualize it, there you go. For them, it's a change in goal as well. Ofek Antman, his first appearance after trying to start the season opener, getting injured in the warm-ups. After that, it was Mitch North, number 28, who is the man between the sticks. He's on the bench tonight. A couple other faces as well for Central Valley in unfamiliar positions. One of them, Alexis Cerritos, number 11, all the way up top, leading the line with 3 goals, first on his team. So that wraps up the lineups on paper, but of course, it's about how they practice in play. Central Valley trying to do the business on the road in the green tops, white shorts, white socks, attacking right to left. Meanwhile, the host, Northern Colorado, left to right in the all-navy. Referee Gabriele Ciampi checks his watch. The ball is rolling, and we are underway in Windsor, Colorado. The host coming into tonight, 5 games unbeaten, only 3 played at home, all of them resulting in points, 2 wins, 1 draw. It's the first foul called quickly, drawn by Billy King for the hosts. Colorado, a team that knows how to possess the ball and can suffocate opponents in that attacking third very quickly, as Central Valley look to settle into a mid-block, something that Coach Vasquez says, well, they don't really like to do, but against quality teams, and Northern Colorado is one of them, you have to be forced to playing those really rigid defensive shapes and forcing your opponent to play a bad pass or make a mistake. Already directing traffic in the midfield, Norte, number 8 in Navy. You can see him with the captain's armband on his left shoulder. Just his 5th start this season as Norte receives the ball now. So many different options for this Colorado team in attack. One of them is Billy King. Thought about leaving it for the overlap. A little bit of miscommunication, falls to Norte. Cross into the area is a little bit too strong, and Central Valley will see the ball for the first time. Valentin Sabella, the intended target, in the bright green boots on the left side of your screen. There is Ofek Antman, his first appearance of the season after playing and starting in 24 matches for Fuego FC last season. .33 goals allowed per 90 minutes. The Central Valley defense has struggled this season, but the last time these two teams met again back on May 27th, we showed you a little bit earlier, 4-1 victory for Northern Colorado. Since then, the Hailstorm have played very well. Meanwhile, Central Valley have played all right, just haven't had the points to show for it. A couple really late decisions don't go their way. Some tough goals from open play. And you find yourself with 0 points instead of 1 or maybe 3 potentially as the whistle sounds again. Player down is Alexis Cerritos. Leads the team with 3 goals this season. Already back up on his feet. Just getting checked out preemptively by the trainer. And as a precaution, he will temporarily take a second or two on the sidelines. Ammon hustling the goalkeeper, and Antman is forced to play it out. Northern Colorado settling into a very high press early on. Work to the far side, couple options in the middle. Early cross, not stamped away convincingly at the first time of asking. Here's Norty. Sabella, onto his left, thought about the shot, couldn't create the space for it. Wants it back from King, instead all the way to the far side. One more cross in front and had to be cleared away. Andrew Forth sliding in, conceding the first corner of the night.
Corner kicks tonight are brought to you by Meadow Goals.
There is Trevor Ammon. 5 goals in his last 5 matches. The all-time leading scorer in Northern Colorado history with 13 to his name. Two players inside the 6-yard box, everybody else just queuing up in between the semicircle and the penalty mark. Interesting formation here for the hosts. Will it pay off? To the front post and away. Referee motions for a corner kick. Seemed like the Central Valley players wanted a throw in. Billy King wanted it taken quickly. It will be Arthur Rogers on the delivery. In swinger with the right foot in a dangerous area. And eventually Ant-Man able to come up with it. Just as quickly as Central Valley win back the ball, they give it right away. Norty sending it long. Sabella takes it down. First touch a little bit heavy. Tries to cross it to the back post, headed back in front and a little bit over the bar. Appeals for a corner kick won't be given. Trevor Ammon already finding himself in dangerous areas. There's Valentin Sabella on the other end of the through ball. Maybe just a little bit strong in the end. Impossible angle to try and shoot that one from. Rogers. Player down for Central Valley, and the referee will stop the play. It's Jesus Partida in some discomfort. Partida has played and started in every match this season. It'd be a tough piece to lose so early on in this one. Just looked like he caught the ball off the head there. It's always a painful one. And whenever there is a suspected head injury, you have to stop play immediately, as the referee tonight, Gabrielle Ciampi, did. Partida helped back up to his feet. Looks a little bit shaken up, but ready to continue. He's played the full 90 in the last 4 matches straight, and he will temporarily find himself on the sideline. It gives the thumbs up to the 4th official. Looks like he'll probably be coming back in pretty soon.
Substitution for the Fuego coming out of the game.
As the defender rejoins the action, he'll have to play defense. Northern Colorado with the ball once again. Rogers calls for it. Wants to switch the point of attack to the far side. Evans. Here's King. Evading one challenge, still going. Now Sabella wants to shoot on his left foot. Blocked in front of goal. Sabella already trying to create space for himself on that favored left foot. Norty. All the way back. Fuego not looking for the high press, just going to sit in that block. Oprah. Sabella. Oprah making the overlapping run, opens up space for the cross. To the back post, taken down, appeals for offside, but it's cleared away. Still battling for it. Northern Colorado doing well to win pretty much every 50-50 ball so far. Falls to Dietrich. Here's Sabella. Back for Dietrich to the cross and headed away for another corner. Absolutely suffocating defense from the Hailstorm so far. Just every time Central Valley try and win that ball, Northern Colorado go right back down the other way. This is what the faithful tonight at Future Legends Complex want to see. Chances being created, forcing defenders to head balls out for corners. And in the 10th minute, it's been all gas, no brakes from the hosts. Arthur Rogers to swing it in, leading the team with 3 assists to his name. It's a strong corner, headed back in front. Needed a convincing clearance and was provided. You can hear the calls from the back. Ofek Anthman telling his defenders to step up. Ball's out of play. Now's a chance to find your shape a little bit. Lucky Oprah just going to take the throw in one more time. Space to turn for Norty. Look at the real estate on the far side. Noah Powder in acres of space. Has King with him. 2 defenders on Billy King. Forced to turn out of pressure. To Powder. Starting his first match tonight. Back to King. Occupying that left flank. Step over onto his left foot. Cross into a dangerous area. Taken down, volleyed and blocked. Somehow kept out. Jackson Dietrich was wide open at the back stick. And it's taken a couple early heroics so far for Fuego to keep this scoreless. Rogers for Oprah. The midfield line for Northern Colorado staying so high. And why wouldn't they? They've seen almost all of the ball so far. Dietrich dispossessed cleanly. Ball in the middle for Cerrito. Central Valley trying to spring an attack for the first time tonight. All the way back and smartly worked to the defense with Cromwell. Just holding things up. Fourth. Forced to play back. Trevor Ammon providing the pressure. And now finally the visitors will try and settle into this new 5-4-1 formation they're trying tonight. First time this season, head coach Martin Vasquez has tried this particular formation. Not the first time they've changed it up a little bit though. They've played a 4-4-2 last time out, a 4-5-1, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, and all those numbers basically mean Central Valley is a tough team to play against because you don't know what is going to come on Saturday. You can watch all the film, and Coach Eamon Zayed for Northern Colorado mentioned this, that this team continues to get better and continues to experiment a little bit. You don't know what to be prepared for, so you got to be prepared for anything. Take a look at the chance from earlier. Lovely step over, so much space created by King. Dietrich chesting it down, and it was a tough height for him, maybe a little bit low for the header, way too high for the volley, but if he takes that first time, we're probably talking 1-0 here in Windsor, Colorado. Billy Forbes not happy with the call. Another player starting his first game tonight. Here is Evans for the Hailstorm. To Powder. Able to draw two defenders with him. There's a lot of space in that midfield area. That transition zone between defense and offense. Oprah. Dietrich forced to play back. So too is Oprah. Northern Colorado, a team that is more than capable of building up from the back. Just switching the point of attack a couple times here. Dragging Central Valley to and fro, staying unpredictable. Hammond checks in, wanted it back and didn't get it. Travella pass to the near side for Oprah. Sabella wanted it back for Oprah. It's a good interception though. Chance to break with Cerritos. Takes the contact and still going. 2-on-2 opportunity, Alexis Cerritos. Looked like he lost it for a moment there, but kept it alive. Forbes' cross. Headed skyward, second ball. Needed another header from Rogers. And the foul is called. Time just seemed to stop there for a second as that first cross was headed pretty much straight up. A little bit of confusion as to which Hailstorm player would be second to the ball. Oprah. He's played the full 90 in the last 5. The Nigeria native, a mainstay for Northern Colorado on this near side. Norty. Here is Lucky Oprah. Pass just a little bit too strong, and Cromwell hurried in possession and dispossessed. Rogers got a poke. Cross towards Trevor Ammon. Somehow didn't cross the line. Ball stopped on a dime, and play will continue. And it may not be a stretch of the imagination to say it is a miracle this game is still scoreless. Here's Billy Forbes the other way. Central Valley looking dangerous on the counter. Forbes with options to his left-hand side. Forced to turn away. Nobody checking in midfield. Cromwell forced to step up from the back. Has space for a shot. Lets it fly and required a palm over the crossbar. Lalo Delgado getting all the way up to concede the corner. That ball was a missile for the top right corner. Abdul Cromwell from 30 yards. And it took some stop from Lalo Delgado. What an incredible strike, only matched by the prowess of the save. And just like that, this game might be opening up a little bit for the visitors. It only takes a moment to change the scoreboard. One strike, one kick of the ball. Will it be provided from the corner? That one just over everybody. Fourth in pursuit. Oprah trying to skip away, and in the end is caught out by Omar Lemus. Plenty of space for Ozzy Ramos, who keeps it in play. Back to Forbes, sliding it through. Still alive, Cerritos. That's a poor sliding challenge, and the yellow card will be brandished. Cerritos wanted the advantage, but the referee, Gabriel Ciampi, immediately went to his whistle. Central Valley starting to surprise a little bit. Seeing more of the ball in dangerous areas. It was Victor Falk, who we talked about in the open. That's absolutely a yellow card. Great pass by Forbes to pick him out. Heavy first touch, got to it on the second. That's a painful one. You might be able to hear the wind billowing at Windsor, Colorado. Makes it so much tougher for a free kick to not only get over the wall but get back below the crossbar with pace. As Victor Falk just walks it out a little bit, stretching that leg.
Northern Colorado yellow card at number 5, Leo Fola.
Leo Fola, the recipient of the yellow card. Jose Carrera standing over it. It'll be a free kick instead from Billy Forbes that doesn't really trouble the goalkeeper. Forbes has worked himself into some promising positions so far, but hasn't really had a sight at goal yet. Then again, nobody on Central Valley has, not for lack of trying. Another physical contest in midfield. Sabella taking it down. Dietrich just pulled out of position a little bit, trying to keep the ball, and does. Powder. Norty checks back. The midfield line for Colorado continuing to step higher and higher. So too is Lucky Oprah. Thinking about the shot, moves it along instead for Dietrich. Cross is blocked. Yet another corner on the docket. Conceded by Abdul Cromwell, making just his 4th start of the season tonight. Arthur Rogers to swing it in once again. The arm goes up, the ball goes in to the back post, blocked in front of goal. Another corner, and somehow Central Valley continues to keep this a scoreless game. It was a great cross, and it looked like Cromwell again. The referee will stop things as just starting to get a little bit chippy in the area. This one open at the back stick, and Valentin Sabella got it all wrong. The goalkeeper was out of position. Sabella had an open net from a tough angle. Instead stays with Cerritos, trying to move it along. Here's Billy Forbes. 2 defenders on his back and eventually dispossessed. Excellent recovery by the Northern Colorado back line. It looked like Jackson Dietrich, who got all the way back. Fuego nearly exploiting the counterattack once again, but have to settle into their block. King. Norty will try his luck from distance, and it was always rising. Neither team afraid of shooting in the opening 23 minutes. It was a decent strike from distance. Just got a little bit underneath the ball. It's a poor pass in the midfield. just perfectly placed between the midfield and forward lines. Ammon going down in the area as Andrew Forth does the work to get it clear for now. Norty for Ammon, dispossessed again by Forth. Center back doing plenty of work so far in the early going. Here is Cerritos. So many blue shirts around him. Cerritos moving along to the far side. And it was dragged wide by Omar Lemus. Tough one to miss from the midfielder. Cerritos doing so well holding up the ball with very little help around him. Splits the defenders perfectly. And the strike has got to be better from there. Rogers. Norty looking for help. Here's Oprah. Needs some help himself. Northern Colorado again seeing so much possession, just being patient with the buildup. Player goes down, the whistle doesn't sound, into the area and somehow missing the final touch again. Jackson Dietrich thought he might have had a corner, but probably should have had a goal. It was Noah Powder's cross in. Dietrich's just slid in late. Victor Falk trying to turn out of pressure, dispossessed brilliantly by Arthur Rogers. Hailstorm FC and Future Legends print with the pros at Color Pro Printing of Fort Collins. They make your vision a reality. Check them out at colorproprint.com. King going down. Free kick awarded to the Hailstorm. Taken quickly, and the referee won't be having that. Cerritos just standing in front. Gets a warning. It's an easy yellow card to earn for delaying the restart and not retreating. It will be Arthur Rogers with 3 assists to his name, looking for a fourth off the cross, headed in, and the flag goes up. The fans can't believe it, but Breck Evans is already retreating back to his line. The craziness continues at Future Legends Complex. Northern Colorado finally thought they had the breakthrough, but the decision was immediate from the assistant referee. Behind absolutely everybody, Breck Evans wasn't complaining about the call either. He just got right back on with the game. It will be another Northern Colorado corner. Still bouncing around. Forbes put his head to it and stamped over midfield. Delgado way off his line. For Noah Powder. You can hear the other goalie, Ofek Ansman, barking at his defenders to step up. They have a chance to finally get out of that block. And now with the ball in his hands, Antman will try and provide more instructions for his players. Tabo. Fourth for Cromwell. 1-2 forced to play long. Cerritos checking in and going down. Alexis Cerritos, his heat map is just a red rectangle so far. He's been absolutely everywhere for Central Valley, checking in, going forward, playing wide, doing whatever he can to keep that ball in the offensive third, though not to much success. Those green shirts just haven't been as far forward as head coach Martin Vasquez was probably hoping for. Partida. Cerritos. Back for Partida. Takes the contact and draws the foul. Moved along very quickly. Forbes on his left. Wanting to dance. Gets by both of them. Here's Billy Forbes. Blocked at the edge of the 6-yard box and cleared away. Free kick from just about the same spot. Saw the fancy footwork from Billy Forbes. This time, however, Central Valley going to slow things down a little bit. Seen plenty of attacks down this near side channel. That's where Carrera will look to go. Has Partida in support. Able to do enough to keep possession. Cromwell. The Hailstorm shirts just stepping forward a little bit. Trying to bring up that defensive line. Here's Victor Falk. Will try his luck. Well over the fence. As Lalo Delgado will look to restart with the Select Ball, the official match ball supplier of the USL League One and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Rare giveaway from Northern Colorado. Still bouncing around, and Nordy will get on the end of it. The whistle sounds once again as the temperature of this match just starts to crank up a little bit. Seeing some coming togethers, players going down. Already had a yellow card. Trevor Ammon, you might be able to see it there. Sporting something on his right arm. Looks a little bit like Karim Benzema, playing like him too, with the sort of goal-scoring form he's in. Here's Fola. Evans. Powder. So much space afforded for Northern Colorado. Fola will try and explore that space. The center back all the way up. Oprah wanting to stand one up to the back post. A little bit strong. Headed back in front. Here's Ammon. Looking for support. Letting it run to the far side with King. Had the ball stopped on a dime there for a little bit. Billy King now moving it along a little bit quicker. Oprah checking back for the ball. Here's Breck Evans. Ammon flicked it up. Taken down by King. Colorado slowly getting closer and closer to that goal. Ball seemed to just bounce under Oprah, but that's a lovely chipped pass in behind for Valentin Sabella. Has two defenders, able to squeeze the cross through. Shot from distance, blocked and out for another corner. Norte. captain for Northern Colorado. Has 1 goal this season. Was never going to get the second there. Rogers, another dangerous cross in. And the final touch, once again, just missing. With so many corners for the Hailstorm, just unfortunate they haven't been able to connect on any of them. It was Norty going for it, the man who won the corner. As Omar Lemus rises to his feet. A little bit shaken up after that play. "35 minutes gone. Chance for Central Valley to step up a little bit. No green shirts on the screen. But can they win the ball from the goal kick? Rogers with the towering header. Here's Victor Falk. Tried the slide rule pass and was never on the same wavelength. And Northern Colorado so far have done a really good job of that when they settle into their defensive formation. Forcing poor passes, forcing Fuego players to turn back. Really, the brightest chances for the visitors have been on the break, on the counterattack, when they catch the defenders by surprise from set pieces or otherwise. Meanwhile, the Hailstorm, with a lot of patient buildup and missing that striker's touch. Sabella. Oprah. Wanting to play Sabella in behind. We saw that ball work a little earlier, not this time. Again, Northern Colorado just missing that tenacity in front of goal. Trevor Ammon has seen very little of the ball tonight. Central Valley has done very well to keep him quiet. Rogers winning an open header once again. Somebody who's been all over this pitch in midfield so far. Arthur Rogers, according to his head coach, Ayman Zayed, had 5 USL Championship clubs interested in him. Wasn't sure if he was going to be back on this pitch for Northern Colorado, and is very thankful he is. Oprah. Sabella. Stops on a dime for Partita. Sent long again, but the defensive line for the Hailstorm over in midfield, able to keep the ball, start another possession. So much space on the wings when they switch the point of attack. Here's King. Has powder on the overlap. King goes himself and scores! A deadly strike from Billy King. And Northern Colorado have their just reward. A special strike from the Edinburgh native, his 4th of 2023. And after knocking on the door so many times, finally Northern Colorado opened the scoring. Couple of step overs, fires through 2 defenders to the far post. And there is that deadly touch that the Hailstorm were looking for. His first goal in 3 weeks. His last strike coming against Lexington earlier this month on the 3rd, and now gets his 4th of the campaign.
Hailstorm goal scored by number 19, Billy King.
And you had a feeling that was going to happen, especially in the first 5 or 10 minutes or so. This match was so heavily tilted and frustrated with himself as the chance goes begging. Lalo Delgado to restart play, currently in the lead in the Golden Glove standings. 6 clean sheets in 10 appearances for the California native. Delgado playing short for Fola. As the green shirts for the visitors just step up a little bit. Haven't seen Central Valley this high in a while, but this is something we saw in the reverse fixture. Central Valley played well in the first couple minutes, conceded a goal early, wanted to find a response, opened themselves up to try and find that response, but in the end, left themselves exposed at the back. Fuego once again trying to get bodies forward. Going to see if that strategy pays off the second time around. Contact All Electric offers full electrical services for residential, commercial, and industrial, as well as 24-hour emergency services for their clients right here in northern Colorado. As the referee will give a yellow card for not taking the throw-in correctly, it seems. Looked like there was a warning for backing up for the throw-in, which didn't happen, and then the referee went straight to the pocketbook. Not the most common decision you'll ever see. Waiting on confirmation for that yellow card. Northern Colorado not waiting to start another attack. It was Omar Lemus on the far side who goes into the book. Lemus now with the ball at his feet, sending it long and straight to the feet of Noah Powder in blue. Here's King. Back for Powder. Will try an effort himself. Doesn't really trouble Ant-Man in the end. Fourth. Forced all the way back. Colorado looking very fluid in their defensive formation. Carrera with the space to turn. 3 players around him and the referee forced to play back. Partida. You've seen him get this far forward a couple times. So too has Alexis Cerritos. Back for Partida. Cromwell. Able to switch the point of attack, but gets a little bit under that ball. King will give chase. The passing just not quite as crisp as Fuego needed to be. As we approach the halftime interval. Maybe a chance to stake their claim back into this game. Cerritos took it down and went down. Looked like Leo Fola on the foul, who is already on a yellow card. Both sets of players will give their 2 cents to the referee. Colorado thinks it's a ridiculous call. Meanwhile, Central Valley says that should be a second yellow. In the end, the foul will not be punished any further. I'm curious as to why Central Valley didn't want to try and work that into the box, instead played it short, and now have to play defense. King riding the challenge, and eventually chipped down. Calls for Dietrich to turn, and he does, with Oprah to his right-hand side. Nordy, Rogers, Powder, taking his space, trying his luck once again, and Ofek Antman is furious. Absolutely outraged that Noah Powder was given the space to try that shot. He was quite a distance from goal, in all fairness. The goalkeeper having absolutely none of that. Confirmation we will put 3 more minutes on the clock at the end of this first half. Still 1-0 in favor of Northern Colorado off the foot of Billy King. It's another uncontested aerial duel for Arthur Rogers. 14 and Navy has been on the end of pretty much every goal kick, regardless of which goalkeeper takes it. Somebody who, as head coach, said no matter what, has to be on the pitch for us. Hailstorm electing just to keep the ball, playing simple the way they face. Billy Forbes left all alone trying to pursue in the attacking third. Powder's cross bounces low and cleared away. Not getting the lift or direction that Noah Powder was looking for on that cross. Takes a second to compose himself from the throw-in. Just the 2 center backs on the other side of midfield for the Hailstorm. Everybody else pressing forward, forcing green shirts back with them. Here's Breck Evans. Nordy switches the point of attack. Oprah with so much green grass to his name. Pass just a little bit strong for Rogers, who almost won it back. Oprah does just that, but unfairly by the judgment of the referee. That looked like a fast break chance, rather, for Northern Colorado, but the pass just a fraction behind the run. Cromwell. Partita wants the 1-2. Cerrito's trying to turn the best he can. He's played so much today with his back to goal. Eventually does give the space to turn. Almost gave the ball away. Not much time left to get forward before the break. Calls to turn now for Ramos. Cromwell striding forward for Forbes. Creative flick, and it was just ahead of Jose Carrera. Forbes anticipating the contact. Squares up his defender. And in the end, Leo Fola wins that battle. Headed all the way back. That should just about do it. We've played the 48. Whistle has not sounded. Chance for Central Valley to go forward now. Partita. Forbes on the turn. Trying to get one more pass and falls back to Forbes. Referee checks his watch. One more chance maybe before the break. Lemus, cross into the middle, was just over the head of Victor Falk. And that will wrap up the first half. 1-0 after 45 minutes and change. Billy King, the lone difference maker so far at the Future Legends Complex in Windsor, Colorado. Scotland native with his 4th of the campaign. Though maybe Northern Colorado should have had a lot more. Central Valley with some flashes of attacking excellence. Yet to really test that back line except for one strike from distance. But there will still be lots more soccer to be played here. That'll do it for the first half. 1-0 to score as of right now. Central Valley doing everything they can to keep it that way. Northern Colorado looking to exploit more after we come back. We'll step aside for a little bit for halftime. See you after the break.
Shields All Sports Store is your one stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one stop for exercise gear to get working out or fashions for going out. And your one stop for footwear in your size, your style, yours to take home today. Shields, employee owned, community minded, and like no place you've ever shopped before.
Welcome. I'm Jason Olskart. I'm here with Jackie and Michelle, and we are the Olskart team powered by C3 Real Estate Solutions.
We are proud to partner with Future Legends to help fulfill the lifestyle needs, wants, and desires of each family who wants to call Colorado home.
C3 stands for character, culture, and commitment. That is core to who we are and the exceptional value that every client will experience when working with us.
If you value working with an experienced team, we invite you to reach out to schedule a time to meet with us.
Still halftime here, 1-0 the scoreline at the Future Legends Complex in Windsor, Colorado. Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC won to the goods against Central Valley Fuego FC. Wrapping up a weekend slate here in USL League One, but there were some matches earlier in the week that we should be talking about, and, well, why don't we take a look at those highlights from earlier this week in USL League One. Let's start the week on Wednesday, Greenville and Chattanooga. This one was an absolute thriller, and the party started early too. Liam McKinnon in the 9th minute picked that one out off the corner. First goal puts Greenville up 1-0. And oh, by the way, you're going to hear his name a couple more times. He set a new record for his club, but not before Chattanooga tried to get things back. That's an unfortunate one for Nate Schultz, and it's the first goal that Chattanooga has scored at Greenville. Not the prettiest, but it didn't matter because Greenville weren't done. Liam McKinnon again make that 2-1 just 6 minutes later in the 17th. We'll add on another 5 minutes to complete the hat trick for who else but McKinnon again. Patient at the back post, and another really good volley low into that corner. 3-1 at the half in favor of Greenville, but number 9 wasn't done. Another chance for the Triumph. Going forward, takes it down beautifully. One more touch. 4-1 in favor of Greenville, and 4 goals for Liam McKinnon, the first player to do so in League One history. Not often you get to say that, huh? And by the way, they weren't done. Make it 5-1. 77th minute, Leonardo Castro to capture all 3 points for Greenville. We move ahead now to Werner Park, Union Omaha, and 1 Knoxville. Not as much scoring in this one, but no less exciting. How about Noah Mesa from the free kick over the wall, low to the keeper's right-hand side. That's his 7th of the season, now alone at 2nd place in the Golden Boot standings. But this one was far from over. 1 Knoxville in stoppage time. Seba Andreasen draws the penalty from the corner, goes down in the 6-yard area, and the referee didn't hesitate to point to the spot. Upsets Ilya Illich and converts for his 2nd goal of the season. The points are shared, and that's the 7th draw for the Owls this season. They lead the league in that category. Had some couple looks at the end, but in the end, the points would be shared. Tough one on the road, but there's still one more game to get to. That's Forward Madison and Lexington. The scoring started early in this one, too. A lot of early goals in the midweek, courtesy of Nazim Bartman. Cross to the top of the key, and then how about the little backheel assist? Lovely vision, and picked that one out. Side foot finish, low to the corner, unstoppable. They would double the lead in the 35th minute. Set piece in the area, bouncing around, begging for a clearance. It wouldn't be provided. Jake Kroll instead makes it 2-0 to the Flamingos. Just 3 minutes later, though, Lexington would shoot back. How about Nico Brown through 4 defenders, picks out the top left corner. Let's see that one again. Takes his time, sets his feet, bam! Not gonna stop that. Game far from over, though. In the first half, far from over, too. Christian Cheney in the 43rd minute, able to pick off a bad touch from the defender. 1-on-1. What's he going to do? Oh, you already know. Slots it away. Make that 3-1 Forward Madison. The Flamingos are loving it up at the break. But again, more late drama in USL League One midweek action. Nico Brown, keep an eye out for him. Takes the ball down. Couple step overs, fires with the left, low to the keeper's left-hand side, beaten at the near post. Well, with a strike like that, it's hard to complain. But check this out, a red card at the end as tempers flared in the 64th minute. Mauro Cicero with a bit of a kick out and got his marching orders. It wouldn't change the result, though. 3-2 in favor of Forward Madison, who keep all 3 points, tying for the most first-half goals in club history. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Turned over, Brother Karjai to put it away! Phoenix Rising will take all 3 points, 3-1 Rising!
Welcome. I'm Jason Olskart. I'm here with Jackie and Michelle, and we are the Olskart team, powered by C3 Real Estate Solutions.
We are proud to partner with future legends to help fulfill the lifestyle needs, wants, and desires of each family who wants to call Colorado home.
C3 stands for character, culture, and commitment. That is core to who we are and the exceptional value that every client will experience when working with us.
If you value working with an experienced team, we invite you to reach out to schedule a time to meet with us.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the news and notes in USL League One. You already saw it a little bit earlier. Liam McKinnon with 4 goals. First player in League One history to ever score a haul in a single match. Meanwhile, in Chattanooga, Jimmy Weekly is back on the sidelines after the club has parted ways with former head coach Ziggy Koratowski. And then player of the week, of course, we'll highlight our team of the week, is Tate Robertson from Lexington, who has just been in some form and pushing for the leading assist award in the league. There he is, highlighting the Week 14 team of the week. 3 Forward Madison players on there, by the way, with Stephen Payne getting the match winner against Richmond last weekend. Meanwhile, Sean Lewis with some heroics in the sticks. And, of course, Frank Ross for One Knoxville scoring his first 2 goals in the campaign with a beautiful free kick last time out against the Charlotte Independents. Let's take a look at some scores as well this weekend in USL League One. 2-2, the full-time score between One Knoxville and Richmond. A battle there as a 9-man Richmond were able to get a goal at the death from Siobhan Marsh. Another 2-2 scoreline as well. Chattanooga, rather, Siobhan Marsh at the death and Charlotte Independence. And meanwhile, Union Omaha looking to wrap up all 3 points against South Georgia Tormenta. As for the upcoming schedule, a couple games to look at. Forward Madison on this list twice, midweek game and a weekend game, not easy. Meanwhile, Central Valley going to be home next time out on July the 1st versus Union Omaha. And then Richmond and Chattanooga rematching Saturday at 5 Mountain Time. All right, let's take another break. Just one more, promise. And then we'll be back for the second half from Windsor, Colorado. Stay with us.
Shields All Sports Store is your one stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one stop for exercise gear to get working out or fashions for going out. And your one stop for footwear in your size, your style, yours to take home today. Shields, employee owned, community minded, and like no place you've ever shopped before.
It's a new day, Northern Colorado, and we're set to seize it. More than that, we're out to dent the old standard and set the gold standard. Today is about resilience. That's something our squad has shown and continues to show. Today is about growth. That's a trait this team and this town have seen and continue to see. All this time, the focus has been on our community's legendary future. But today, it dawned on us. The future is now. Are we building something special? Hell yeah, we are.
Just about ready for the second half here in Windsor, Colorado. But before the ball gets rolling once again at the Future Legends Complex, we can take a look at the first half highlights from the first 45 minutes. In the 11th, Northern Colorado started turning up the heat, knocking on the door across to the back post. And Jackson Dietrich just caught out a little bit in between 2 minds, had to take a first touch, and the block was provided by Abdul Cromwell. Fast forward the clock another 14 minutes. Player goes down, whistle doesn't sound. Again, Jackson Dietrich almost on the end of this one. Lovely cross by Noah Powder in that perfect space for the strikers and between where the goalie decides not to come out. And once again, that finishing touch couldn't be provided by Northern Colorado. They kept knocking on the door, and finally that knocking was answered. 38th minute, work to the far side. Billy King had an option on the overlap, way out, 2 defenders on him, 1, 2, 3 step overs, boom. Low bouncing shot, always a tough one for the keeper to save. And look at his head, he's looking right at goal. He knows exactly what he's doing as soon as he gets that ball and makes no mistake with it. Finally gets the opener for Northern Colorado, and that is the lone difference maker through 45 minutes. As we take a look at the stats from the first half, Northern Colorado dominant on the offensive front, 12 shots to Fuego's 4 with 63% possession. Meanwhile, Central Valley have seen a couple breaks on the counterattack, but really haven't provided that spark offensively from the build-up. A couple of yellow cards as well. It'll be interesting to see how some different defenders toe the line in the second half so that both teams can stay at full strength. Just about ready for the second half kickoff. It'll be the Hailstorm to take it on the right side of your screen in the all-navy, attacking right to left. If you're just joining us, Central Valley on the left side of your screen, green tops, white shorts, white socks, attacking left to right. Philip Galati on the call with you, as Northern Colorado looks to stay unbeaten in their last 5 and undefeated at home this season. Waiting confirmation from the head official tonight, Gabriel Ciampi. Looking just about ready to go. And the ball is rolling. We're underway once more. Second half action on the docket. Northern Colorado already wanting to step up, as they saw 63% of the ball in the opening 45. And the attacking style was very measured, like a tiger stalking their prey. Just patience, finding the right pass, not forcing anything too out of the box. Meanwhile, Central Valley, when they attacked, well, it wasn't very often, but it was at a feverish pace that forced Hailstorm players back and on their back heels as well. We saw a near wonder goal from Abdul Cromwell, the center back, from 30, maybe 35 yards, if it wasn't for the goalkeeping heroics of Lalo Delgado. Here is Noah Powder, one of the few players making his first start tonight in this contest. Intercepted at the back. And just as quickly as Mohamed Dabo won the ball, he gives it right away. That was an Achilles heel in that first 45 too for the visitors. It's a team that wants to build up out of the back, that wants to connect passes, find feet. They've been forced to play over the top through those channels. That looked like a late challenge. Ozzy Ramos is wagging his finger, but looked like it was Norte who went down. And it was the captain for the Hailstorm. He wants a card. Doesn't look like the referee will be brandishing one. We saw a little bit of physicality in that midfield. But really, if there was one player who staked a claim to that center circle in the first 45, it was Arthur Rogers, number 14 in Navy, who was just winning so many aerial duels, let very few attackers get behind him, and has just been dominant in the center of the park as Central Valley win the ball quickly. Forbes going down. The whistle stays silent. One right back by Lemus. Fuego looking much brighter out of the break. Work to the far side with Jesus Partida. Trying to get on the end of it, and that's lovely defense from Lucky Oprah. Shielding the ball expertly. Somebody who his head coach, Heyman Zayed, describes as phenomenal and only getting better. Lucky Oprah making his 9th start tonight. Powder. Lots of space for him to go forward. Dispossessed by Victor Falk, who will try and run at the North Colorado defense. And Arthur Rogers, as we mentioned earlier, has been absolutely everywhere. He's the first player to work all the way back Central Valley with a much higher line out of the locker room than in the opening 45 minutes. And Northern Colorado looking a little bit more hurried in possession, a little bit less convincing. The passing game just missing that tenacity so far. Still very early on. A rare chance from the corner tonight for the visitors. Taken short, swung in by Carrera. Headed out just as quickly. King with the pace again on the end of it. Ammon was in acres of space. Wanted to turn to find him. Taken out. Whistle once again, staying silent. Oprah cuts out the overlapping pass as both sets of benches now have had their gripes with refereeing decisions in the opening 5 minutes or so of the second half. King still down, the goal scorer tonight, as play will be stopped. The trainer motion onto the pitch. King wanted to break. You saw him really start to turn on the Jets there. And receive some attention, so we take another look at that. Overshot the ball a little bit, and that's a foul. Omar Lemus did not get the ball. So it may appear from that angle that Northern Colorado had a case for concern. The official, Gabriel Ciampi, was right on top of that, able to see it better than anybody. It may have been just the slightest of touches. Lemus already on a yellow card as well from an earlier incident in the first half. It's a poor pass at the back. Trevor Ammon in hot pursuit. Intercepted by King. Lemus a little bit more hesitant to put in the contact now. King driving to the byline and Lemus getting an emphatic touch. Thinking he won a goal kick in the process as well, but looks like the decision was a corner. King resting on his haunches for a second. Looks like he'll continue. Corner taken quickly. Billy King sets it back for Rogers, driving low. There were plenty of green shirts in front before that ball would have ever reached Ofek Antman. Rogers wins it right back. Two defenders on him. Does enough to get a throw. Hailstorm with a chance to step up a little bit. Noah Powder on paper has been the left back tonight, but has spent so much time forward, you'd be forgiven for thinking he's the left mid. Oprah. All the way back. Orders barked from the sideline for Central Valley to step up. As the ball goes out of play for King on the near side. Throw-in goes the way of Central Valley. Cerritos did his best to check in. Another player down for Northern Colorado. It's Arthur Rogers. Arthur Rogers, the London native, the UT RGV product. As the wind's starting to pick up a little bit here in Windsor, Colorado. Rogers, the all-time club leading assist provider with 12. Seen a little bit more work from him defensively rather than offensively tonight, but no less important to this team. Here's Victor Falk. Fourth. Space afforded to Jose Carrera. Partida. Central Valley really doing a nice job of settling into things now. Finding feet with the passing. Some space in midfield too. Partida once again. Appeals for offsides against Billy Forbes won't be given. Forbes needs an outlet. Has provided one on the second time of asking. Falk. Northern Colorado forcing the play back. They haven't picked up Billy Forbes, but the flag goes up. And the shot went over anyways. Very nearly a chance from Central Valley, but important that this team continues to stride forward. And they've looked progressively just a little bit better each time they've done it. Norty. Oprah. Fola. Here's Powder. Needs help. Gets it from Dietrich. Saw him on the opposite side in the first half. Motions for Oprah to join him in the attack. Sabella. Appeals for handball, and it will be awarded. The flag goes up for a substitution. First of the night. See if the substitution is made. The AR signaled for it. Looks like we'll wait just a little bit longer before. No. Referee has motioned for Bruno Rendon to join the Hailstorm for Noah Powder on the left side. The former Syracuse Pulse player already striding forward, a center back on paper. As Sabella lines up over the ball. High to the back post, headed back in front, and Antman had to collect it. Ramos. Foul called. Cromwell. Central Valley favoring that far side for the past couple of attacking possessions. Cerritos might try and change the pitch now. Instead goes with Forbes. Forbes on the turn. Looking to get by his mark and just can't do it. Sabella. The pass is behind Trevor Ammon. The player in the lead for the Golden Boot. Hasn't had a shot tonight. Has barely seen the ball over midfield. And that's the thing about this Northern Colorado team. So many attacking options. When one is shut down, they have a multitude of other reservoirs to draw from. Dabo for fourth. Ramos has checked in all the way back. Wants the long ball. And it's over the head of Omar Lemus. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2023, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN Plus, the home to the USL, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Lalo Delgado wants help, sends it skyward, and looked like it was kept in play by Bruno Rendon, who has already switched to the far side. Was subbing in for Noah Powder on the near touchline, but somebody who head coach Eamon Zayed said can play anywhere. Oprah. Rogers. King. Norty dispossessed. Physical challenge, and it needed to be. A couple Hailstorm players were eyeing up goal, just hungry for that strike. Still might be provided here if Sabella can go to work. Looked like the whistle was for a foul in favor of Sabella.
2-6-3. Claim your prize at the merchandise table. Bring your purple
Sabella will take the free kick towards Rendon, who gives the thumbs up in support. As Abdul Cromwell finds himself on the deck, stretching out that left leg, making just his 4th start tonight. His first start came 3 weeks ago against Forward Madison and has played the full 90 in every match since then. Doesn't look like he's going anywhere just yet. He wanted a foul on Rendon. This is yet another interesting formation for the Hailstorm off the corner. We've seen 2 players in the 6, everybody else at the top of the box. Now it looks like plenty of bodies on the penalty mark. It's very fluid on offense. We've seen some really good deliveries from Arthur Rogers, a London native. 3 assists to his name this season. Another good delivery and another header that needed to be better. Looked like Trevor Ammon. And if it was, that's his first shot of the night and not very convincing one. Anthman to restart play. Israel native who had played for various teams in that country's top flight. Was the inaugural netminder for Central Valley last season and making his first appearance tonight after picking up an early season injury. King beaten to it. And Oprah in no hurry to restart play. Much more quiet in the opening 15 minutes or so of this second half, a little bit more, as compared to the same frame in the first. Both teams just looking a little bit more compact defensively as Rogers goes down. Jose Carrera immediately shown a yellow card. And Arthur Rogers again putting in one heck of a shift in the center of the park. Carrera picking up his 2nd yellow card of the season. Long throw-in from the near sideline by Oprah, and just looked like Carrera was second to it. Falk trying to head it away. Cerritos again with his back to goal. 2 defenders with him and draws the foul. Alexis Cerritos with 3 goals, leading Central Valley this season in that category. And has just done so much work with his back to goal and on the other side of midfield tonight. That's what his manager, Martin Vasquez, says he's best at. He's been working on not only driving the goal, but playing with the ball at his feet, with defenders on him, holding up play so that his teammates can join the attack. He's done just about as well as he could at that tonight, but hasn't had a lot of help in those endeavors. Lovely one-touch play in midfield, but given away. Miscommunication by the Hailstorm midfield line. Cerritos, Forbes, poor first touch, gonna chase down the second. Might get away from his mark here. Still with Billy Forbes, thinking about the shot, squares it across the top of the box, and finally hit, but nowhere near. Ozzy Ramos had quite the run-up. Too much power, not enough placement. On a one-touch strike, it's hard to do. The ball was on the deck. It wasn't bouncing. That doesn't mean that Lalo Delgado was happy with it. The whistle is sounding. Northern Colorado maybe just getting a warning for time wasting. Took a little while to get the play restarted. Oprah on the near side. Everybody from midfield has just drifted off except for Jackson Dietrich. The Hailstorm continue just to spread the field so well. Rogers, the step over, looking to turn, again forced all the way back. Breck Evans now for Opara. Rogers has slotted into that defender's role, opening space for Rendon on the overlap. Rendon's cross somehow skied. How on earth did Trevor Ammon not score? One of the hottest strikers in the league right now, missing from an impossibly close range. And the ball just took a bounce before he hit it. That's why it just took the smallest of bounces. But still, a striker of Trevor Ammon's quality will be looking to score that 10 times out of 10, 100 times out of 100. Sabella has made way on the far side for Donald Benamna. And that is the golden chance that Trevor Ammon was waiting for tonight. Finally able to square himself in front of goal. Nobody between him and the goalkeeper. And the ball just takes one little half of a hop. And it makes all the difference. When you're a striker, that's the problem, said head coach Ayman Zayed. When you're scoring goals, you're feeling it. The goal looks so much bigger. You feel like you can do anything. When you miss a tough chance, when you miss a chance you should be scoring, it seems like an impossible task to try and put one in the back of the net. He praised Trevor Ammon's confidence, his recent form, 5 goals in his last 5 games. For a striker, that's incredible. But that is the miss of the day, maybe the week, and one that he will not want to watch back anytime soon. The Hailstorm still with the lion's share of possession. More than enough time to create more. Falk skips away, has options with him, plays a pass to the far side. There's nobody there. A player of Victor Falk's caliber with his head up didn't pick out any green shirts. Loveland Laser Tag has the biggest laser tag arena on the Front Range. Plus, they serve delicious food, draft beer, and unlimited fun every day. Come eat, play, and tag at LLT, Northern Colorado's premier entertainment center. Another player down for Fuego. It is Abdul Cromwell once again. We saw him take his seat a little while ago. He's back on his feet once more. Man who has played the full 90 in every match since his first start just 3 weeks ago. Chance for everybody to refuel a little bit. Alexis Cerritos getting as much water in his system as he can.
Substitution for the Fuego.
He's been unlucky with the amount of work he's put in today to not have any chances really to strike at goal. And he won't give up. He's one of the hardest workers on his team, said his head coach, Martin Vasquez.
This evening brought to you by Shift 4.
As it looks like the play will be restarted with a drop ball. Waiting to see who will take possession. Sometimes players kick it back to the opposing goalkeeper. Just wait to see what the official tonight, Gabrielle Ciampi, does. Just leaves it at the feet of Billy King. Jackson Dietrich directing traffic, telling Oprah to go forward. Dietrich will instead. Wanted it back, didn't get it. And it looks like Abdul Cromwell will not be returning to this one. Jordan Chavez taking his place, making just his second appearance off the bench this season. He started 9 contests. Lovely switch, decent first touch by Benama, but he's offside. As the substitutes' first look on the ball is in vain. 20 minutes and change for Central Valley to try and stake a claim, get some points on the road. This is a team that has been playing better since the last time these two teams met here at the Future Legends Complex, May 27th, a 4-1 scoreline in favor of the host, Northern Colorado. And since then, Central Valley got a tough road win at Forward Madison, one of the most difficult places to play at, according to Northern Colorado's head coach, Eamon Zayed. Ball going to be pulled back for a foul here as the USL on ESPN continues as the summer heats up. Memphis 901 FC and Aaron Malloy head to the Valley of the Sun to face Manuel Artiega and Phoenix Rising FC. It's Phoenix Rising FC and Memphis 901 FC Saturday, July the 1st at 11 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. You talk about tough stadiums to play in. Phoenix Rising FC, what an atmosphere they have over there. That is a scary place for any team to visit. Should be a very good game. The only short option on is Victor Falk. Dummy in midfield, picked up by Ozzy Ramos. Heads up play from the midfielder to recover that. Cerritos called to turn. Retreating to the touchline. Again, haven't seen him stride forward as much as a true striker traditionally would. Hasn't really had the space to. Falk. And we had pressure. Dabo. Ramos, the pass was long, and Norty on the end of it. Blue shirts getting forward in the area for the cross. Can King provide it? It's to the back post. And plenty of space for Dietrich, who tried to keep it in play. And in the end, the cross from the lone goal scorer tonight, Billy King, just needed to be a little bit better. Ramos for Falk. One-touch play, trying to open up space on the near side. We haven't seen as much clinical passing from Central Valley in recent minutes as we did coming out of the break. Cerritos just able to pick up a rebound. That's been the theme so far in the last couple possessions for the visitors. Cerritos making the run as well. Tough challenge from Bruno Rendon. He says he got the ball. Referee not interested. Free kick on the way. NoCo Party Bus is Northern Colorado's #1 luxury transportation service. Book them for all your transportation needs. NoCo Party Bus is a fun, safe, and reliable way to travel. As we may see a change here, Billy King was motioning for a substitution. And Cerritos, with Ozzy Ramos to his left, just standing over the free kick, discussing their options. Instead, it's played short for Carrera. Cerritos trying to dance. Wants to switch it. Falk checking back at the top of the key. Lemus stays onside. Bodies at the back post for Omar Lemus. Thought about going himself. Instead, it's Ozzy Ramos wide of the mark. As before that free kick was taken, there was a yellow card awarded to Billy King. Again, the lone goal scorer tonight. That's his third of the season. Plenty of cards tonight. Physical contest. All signs pointing to the temperature continuing to rise as the clock continues to tick. Cerritos on the turn. Finally seeing some space in midfield. And doesn't use it effectively. Partita not happy with the pass. Rendon got a toe to it. Falk trying to turn. Cerritos. Lemus all the way back. Fuego doing a better job of stepping up now, but still those passes just not finding the mark when they need to. As evident with the ball intended for Billy Forbes. It's going to be a tough battle any day of the week. 5'9" Billy Forbes against 6'3" Lalo Delgado. And oh, by the way, Delgado's allowed to use his hands. That would have taken a truly special pass. Lalo Delgado has not had too much work to do tonight except for that one wonder save in the first half. The man who was second on the chain for Phoenix Rising, came to Northern Colorado, earned his starting spot, and has put up an 81% save percentage. For those unfamiliar with goalkeeping, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. A testament, too, to the back line in front of him and how well they work together. Rare to see save percentages above 75, even 70 at the late stages of the season. To have an 8 in the tens digit is very impressive.
Substitution for the Hailstorm. Coming out of the game, number
So Billy King saw him motioning for a substitution a little earlier. He will make way for Marky Hernandez, who makes his 10th appearance and 9th off the bench this season. A lone goal scorer now on the sidelines. Will there be another one in this contest? Northern Colorado have not looked as convincing on offense, save for that one opportunity for Trevor Ammon, as they did in the first half. It's a testament to the improvements from Central Valley. Just haven't been able to provide that spark offensively, though, the visitors. Delgado hurried to play it long. Smart header back as well. Hammond was off his line, giving space for Dabo. Hernandez nearly getting to it. Substitute with some fresh legs, showcasing some speed. Plenty of time to call from the Central Valley sideline. They have been going forward much better in the last couple minutes. Just not connecting any passes within 20, maybe 30 yards of goal. Switching the point of attack just fine on this side of midfield. Maybe a little bit of an announcer's jinx. Fourth conceding a throw in at midfield. Lucky Oprah in no hurry to get the ball going again. Fola. Rendon. Came in for a left back, has slotted over to the right side now, Bruno Rendon. Hernandez draws the foul. The referee will take a second to calm tempers. As we remind all our viewers that if you can't watch the match, you turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including the return of USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern starting June 13th. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Rendon trying a volley. Speculative at best. Bruno Rendon actually played striker in the preseason for Northern Colorado. Got 7 goals to his name, too. Played for Syracuse Pulse last year in Nisa. 3 goals, 2 assists in 14 appearances. Is a defender on paper, but played forward last year. Comes to head coach Eamon Zayed as a defender. And despite scoring some goals in preseason, that's where he's best, said his head coach. Can play anywhere on that back line, but he's young and he's gifted and he's a key player in our system. He's quick, he can get up and down the line, and for any modern outside back, that's pivotal. Being able to provide offensively, but not only defensively as well. Central Valley making 2 quick substitutions. Omar Lemus on a yellow card, making way for Sam Strong. Falk winning a throw-in on the near side. And looks like Billy Forbes as well has been sat down for the rest of the night in favor of Zahir Vasquez. An attacking change with 82 to go and maybe more in the works on that Central Valley sideline. Falk. Two players on for Ramos, able to get it away. Cerritos moving it along to the far side. Space afforded to Partita for the cross in the middle, headed away by Evans. Dubbo. Falk. 83rd minute. Fuego throwing bodies forward. Trying to get something going. Partita took the contact and kept playing. Victor Falk once again onto his right foot and blocked on the near sideline by Donald Benamna. You have to imagine there won't be a ludicrous amount of added time in this one. Haven't really seen too many stoppages, though we have seen a couple players substituted for injuries. So plenty of time still for Central Valley to score at least 1 goal in this one. Short corner, the training ground play, finds Ozzy Ramos. Deflected and stopped Jackson Dietrich slid in and trapped the ball underneath him. Probably not his intention, but an impressive play nonetheless. Tabo. Fourth. Partida. Sam Strong, the substitute, getting his first few touches. A defender on paper, but very high up the pitch. Back for Partida, and Rendon will shield it out of play off the corner flag for a goal kick. Leo Fola will just try and bleed every second off the clock that he can. Delgado now loves to kick it up to that right-hand side. Rendon first underneath it, second touch given away. Victor Falk has some space to explore. Strong, caught in possession. Great challenge in midfield. A chance for Oprah to spring the break. Here's lucky Oprah, sliding it through. Ben Amna just couldn't get on the end of it. Oprah putting his hand up in apology. That was the first fast break we had seen from Colorado in quite some time. Carrera. Push in midfield. Breck Evans didn't seem too pleased with the call. Here's Mohamed Dabo. Looking to send it long towards Strong. Got a head to it. Just a little bit in front. Saw here Vasquez. Quick restart not provided. Couple of green shirts checking in. Instead, the throw will go long. Partida wanted a handball. Still gets a throw in. Towards Vasquez. Rendon winning the battle for it. Here goes Ben Amna. Caught out. Play starting to get a little bit more frantic now as the seconds wind down. Central Valley desperate for an equalizer. Northern Colorado just trying not to get caught out at the back. Ramos turning once and twice. Playing short. So much space between the defensive line and the midfield. Carrera forced to check back. Fuego are going to go forward. They're going to have to go long. That's what they'll do. Dabo. Falk. He's going to try and dribble. Great first touch and a second. And a fantastic sliding challenge as well. Jackson Dietrich timed to perfection. And it needed to be. He gets that wrong, he's probably going in the book. Fola. Rogers. Needs help from Rendon. Great pass through for Hernandez. A physical tussle. Going out for a throw, and Hernandez wanted a free kick instead. Quick throw from Rendon. Hernandez. Nice move. Marky Hernandez has some fast feet. Cross to the back post. Ben Amna wanted to look at goal, but just never got the angles right. Victor Falk somehow with energy left in the tank. Forward towards Strong. Here's Norty, captain, along for Hernandez and Rogers. Trevor Ammon going to have to chase that one down and elects to let it roll out of play. Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC wants to thank Panhandlers for providing meals for the players following tonight's match. As of now, it will be a victory meal. It's still too early to call. Carrera. Ramos. Flying header from Oprah. Hammond going down. Looks in some pain as well, but didn't look like the most convincing foul at first glance. Still down though, Trevor Ammon. Play will continue without him. Strong, dispossessed, and eventually kicked out of play so Ammon can get some medical attention. Manager for Hailstorm, Eamon Zayed, is furious. Leading goal scorer in USL League One with a frustrating night at the office. Just looked like he took some contact as he was contesting for that ball. And really, it just seems more like a hard knock rather than a concrete foul. He's worked hard tonight, but he'll be thinking about that chance from earlier. Five minutes to be added on as Trevor Ammon is helped to the sidelines. Back on his feet, which is good to see. Wondering if the change will be permanent or just temporary. Delgado just trying to let the clock continue to run. This match still at a fever pitch. Rendon winning a header but getting called for a foul. Speaking his mind as well. Norte trying to talk to the referee, as any good captain does. Trevor Ammon back on the pitch. Ball through. Ben Amna is onside. Can he pick out an option in the middle? Has two blue shirts with him. And that was never the play. If it was a cross, it was far too close to the goal frame. And now Central Valley can break. Vasquez got his feet wrong the first time, but keeps possession. Alexis Cerritos chipped into the area and all the way through. Delgado will fall on top of it. A little bit of nerves from both sides. Doing everything they can to try and put one more goal in the back of the net before this one's all said and done. Delgado with a big throw. Ammon going to work. Two defenders with him. Gets the pass through to Marky Hernandez. One more to the top of the key. Running all the way through. And no blue shirt on the end of it. Northern Colorado electing just to throw numbers back. Vasquez pops right back up once again. So I hear Vasquez on that far side doing what he can. Keep this contest alive. Ramos, first time ball. Cerritos turns away. Alexis Cerritos appeals for a handball, will immediately be given. Just on the edge of my seat there for the tiniest fraction of a second, maybe Alexis Cerritos with three defenders on him could find space for the shot, but it looked like it was blocked by Bruno Rendon. hit off Cerritos' arm, and it's got to be an immediate stoppage. And it looks like the referee has awarded some sort of card to Ayman Zayed, the head coach of Northern Colorado. You can hear the Irish accent piercing through the Windsor night sky. Doesn't seem too pleased with the decision. Northern Colorado still in the driver's seat in minute 95. Ball takes a deflection, stayed in play. Ammon's going to get underneath it. There's Trevor Ammon. Hernandez appeals for offside. Will be given. There might be time for one more, and Trevor Ammon, saw him go down a little bit earlier, right in the beginning of stoppage time. So you have to imagine there will be a couple more seconds to be tacked on to this one. All the way through, headed back. Delgado will collapse once again. Will that be it? Up and in, the call from the netminder. Another strong boot forward. Colorado had numbers, just couldn't win the header. They may elect to try and play this to the corner and drown it out. That's what they'll do. Trevor Ammon, he'll take it to the flag and try and shield it to the best of his ability. Ammon keeping it in play, eventually losing out. Fuego throw into the 96th minute. Will there be time for one more attack? Cerritos trying to get forward. Looks like he drew a foul. Yes, it will be a ball on the ground. Referee checks his watch one more time. Gabriele Ciampi hasn't blown the full-time whistle yet. That is some challenge to keep the ball in play. Arthur Rogers going to ground. That just might be the nail in the coffin. Redone sending it forward to the far side. Hernandez. Hernandez at pace, trying to cross one in. The wind might have got a piece of it. Falls now to Dietrich. Oprah. Referee with another check of the watch. Oprah runs out of room and into his teammate. Into minute 97. Still not done here from Future Legends Complex. Calls from the bench to send it forward. Falk will do just that. Headed on. Strong takes it down. There might be a chance still on the end of this. It's Sam Strong, appeals for a handball. And a golden opportunity at the death. Takes the most unfortunate of bounces. Into minute number 98. That could have been, maybe should have been, the tying opportunity. And Strong just got his body weight wrong. A little bit off balance, and it hits off the arm, and that's the end of that attack. Jackson Dietrich begging, pleading for that final whistle. Delgado with the slow run-up. All the way forward and headed back. And there is the final whistle. The Ice and Fire Cup stays frozen. Northern Colorado, just about a month on from the last time these two teams met, once again defend Future Legends Complex, this time by a score of 1-0.
Northern Colorado Hailstorm, number 19, Billy King.
Billy King, the lone difference maker. His strike in the first half earns all 3 points. The Meadow Gold play of the match coming from the Scotsman. Couple step overs onto the left foot, bounce it in front of the goal mount. That's always a tough one to judge, especially when it's hit that well. Billy King with his 4th of the campaign. And in the end, it was the deciding factor tonight in Windsor, Colorado. The players will exchange pleasantries as this one is done and dusted. Full time from the Future Legends Complex. Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC 1, Central Valley Fuego FC nothing. We'll take a quick break here, but when we come back, we'll wrap up with our post-game show, so stick with us and don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a bit.
Welcome. I'm Jason Olskard. I'm here with Jackie and Michelle, and we are the Olskard team powered by C3 Real Estate Solutions.
We are proud to partner with Future Legends to help fulfill the lifestyle needs, wants, and desires of each family who wants to call Colorado home.
C3 stands for character, culture, and commitment. That is core to who we are and the exceptional value that every client will experience when working with us.
If you value working with an experienced team, we invite you to reach out to schedule a time to meet with us.
Shields All Sports Store is your one stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one stop for exercise gear to get working out or fashions for going out. And your one stop for footwear in your size, your style, yours to take home today. Shields, employee owned, community minded, and like no place you've ever shopped before.
We're back with the post-game show here in Windsor, Colorado. The final score, the Hailstorm 1-0 victors over Fuego. A hard-fought match that opened up a little bit better in the second half. As we'll take a look at those full-time highlights tonight. Only one goal to talk about, but still plenty of chances to be considered because this game really did start to go a little bit more back and forth as the contest wore on. As for the first half, though, it was Northern Colorado that came out swinging. In the 11th minute, that was the start. That was the start of Northern Colorado really knocking on the doorstep. Jackson Dietrich taking it down off his chest, not having the time to volley because of Abdul Cromwell getting in the way. A fantastic block. Fast forward the clock another 14 minutes, minute 25. Cross in from Powder and a perfectly placed spot. And somehow missing that definitive touch. That was the Achilles heel for the Hailstorm in the first half. Getting so far forward so often and so quickly, but nobody was providing that killer instinct in front of goal. And that was, of course, until one young man named Billy King stepped up in the 38th minute. The ball all the way to the far side. King takes it down some distance from goal, by the way. Squares up 2 defenders, no fear. Onto his left. Finds the far side netting. Expertly placed. You can see how aware he is on the dribble. He's picked his head up. He knows what's coming. Rides the challenge and gets the goal. In the second half, it was a little bit more of the same in terms of Northern Colorado getting forward, but Central Valley had their chances too. Bruno Rendon putting Central Valley on the back foot, and Trevor Ammon, the hottest striker in the league right now, is truly unbelievable how he didn't put that one away, but thankfully for him and his teammates, they were able to capture all 3 points. As far as the match stats go, 17-7 in favor of shooting for the Hailstorm. Just that one shot on target for Fuego coming from Abdul Cromwell early on in the first half and from some distance. The possession started to even itself out a little bit as the second half went on. Fuego started to see more of the ball and see more of the ball in attacking spaces. A couple more yellow cards too, and in the end, Hailstorm doing what they had to do to earn all 3 points once again against Central Valley. These two teams playing another tough duel in the Ice and Fire Cup. But that will wrap it up tonight from the Future Legends Complex in Windsor, Colorado. The Hailstorm taking all 3 points by a 1-0 scoreline. Billy King's 4th goal of the season, the deciding factor. And Northern Colorado continue to climb the USL League One table. For our producer, Mauricio Rodriguez, for everybody working this game, making this broadcast possible, I've been Philip Galati saying so long, and it's Saturday night. The night is young. Go enjoy it. We'll see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.